Good evening, Moses Y families. This is Mr. Arcero, and welcome to what is our very first virtual open house. I do want folks to know I would be remiss if I didn't say how terribly myself and the entire faculty miss being in front of an audience. For those of you that have been with us for some time, you know that it is tradition here at Moses Y for the entire faculty to gather in the office for a little talk before we kick off to connect with families. And many people have seen us in the lobby where we literally huddle and everyone putting their arms in kind of a go team, and everyone just fans out into the crowd and shakes hands and meets people, introduces themselves. I'm terribly saddened by the fact that our new families will miss that. It looks like a sea of Moses Y people washing over all the families at the beach, pun intended, and it's just a beautiful sight. We conclude our kickoff by introducing the entire faculty, and you'll meet your respective faculty tonight in the virtual meets. But when we do that, it's always been another tradition where I play the teachers out with loud music, and they literally walk down the middle of the aisle, actually dancing down the middle of the aisle. A fan favorite has been Lady Gaga's Applause, and to the tune of that music, everybody gives them a big round of applause and they head out because, as many of you have seen already, they truly are rock stars and deserve that applause. So without further ado, we'll kick off what will be my pre-recorded segment so that families that miss this can get some important housekeeping notes and information before connecting with their teachers. So, without further ado, I will begin. As for our opening this year, I just really want to give a big shout out to all of our families. Yes, our faculty did an amazing job planning throughout the summer, and the important thing is that you, our families, heard the call, you watched the videos, you read the emails, and I know there were lots. But you listened, you processed with your kids, because we truly saw a difference here at the beach. Kids have been amazing and really exceeded all of our expectations. Well, I should say exceeded expectations for a lot of people in the general public. Oftentimes we would say through our planning efforts, the kids are going to be our shining examples. And you made sure that happened. So special thank you for doing that. Some reminders in regards to social distancing. I do understand that given time in this certain climate that we're in, it's easy to get some fatigue around some of these ideas or notions of social distancing. So just another urgent plea to continue to keep that spacing when we're outdoors, at pickup, spreading out, and folks have just been doing an amazing job in that regard. When I look out the lawn, when I look at the back, when people picking up, you're just doing a fantastic job, so keep it up. Our superstars have been our kids. They've been great, from our littlest ones that are in masks to our kids that have been here, and they're our oldest kids, but we can't forget that it's also the most different for them. So even though that they are older and have some more responsibility and a stronger skill set in terms of kind of managing themselves, it's also the most different for them, our second graders who have been here and really truly recognize the difference. They've been amazing, and we want to give them a big shout out for that. So congratulate them at home, that on behalf of Mr. Arcero and all of the adults here at the beach, that we're really proud of them. So please, tonight as a part of your homework, make sure you share that message. I would also ask for a review when we look at some of the procedures about picking up and distancing. Review that with any extended family members or caregivers that do come here to school. Because while our families are well versed in that, at times we may have to have other individuals come to school to do pickup, and we want to make sure that they understand what those routines are so that we can keep it being efficient and super speedy to make sure everybody gets where they have to go. So here at the beach, we're asking for your help this year. We know that with limited volunteering opportunities and access to the building, we're really asking people to reach out and heed the call for both our PTO and PTAC groups. our Parent-Teacher Advisory Council and our Parent-Teacher Organization. Many people have a traditional mindset when it comes to what those organizations look like, but I cannot express enough how really our parent groups are thinking outside the box, and they are a super creative bunch. And they are really trying to engage families to the greatest extent possible to get involved with certain events, be it virtual or how to keep a network of communication amongst parents. So please reach out if you never thought that you were PTO material, or you weren't sure and you thought it just included a fundraiser and such. That's not the case. They're a fun group. They're a great group. And we really want all different viewpoints represented. And it really is a chance for you to connect with your peer group. Remember, and our PTO president, Valerie Glenn, shared this, and it always has a weight and gravity for me when she says it. This group, especially for our newest incoming classes, preschool and kindergarten, these are the children your kids one day will go to prom with. They'll be on the sports field with. You'll be going to field trips with them someday once everything gets back into a normal routine. Connect now and make the effort to do so, and these are the organizations to begin and do that. We also have another great opportunity sponsored through PTO. You'll be seeing we need your help with this as well. We are hosting an Amazon Smile account, which is reserved and exclusive to nonprofit organizations, of which our PTO is one. They have a tax filing status. They are official. And for that, we can do things like this. So for any items or materials that classroom teachers would like, or donations, recess items, indoor recess will be happening. We know we have a long stretch being here in New England. We could use your help to keep it fresh and fun and exciting for our kids. So stay tuned. There will be more for that coming. And when you notice it, click the link. I realize in this digital age a lot comes at people, but when you do see that, I'm hoping this heads up will pique your curiosity and you'll check it out on our behalf. We are still looking at how to preserve family events. We have deep, strong traditions here at Moses Y. I am already getting questions about Halloween because, as many people know, or have heard, if you're newer, that Halloween is something near and dear to Mr. Arcero's heart. We have a lot of fun with it. We get dressed up. There's a faculty theme. And it will mean we have to do things differently this year. But we're looking at how to try to preserve family events to the best extent possible. Again, because connection to our families is really taking a focus front and center beyond what we already do in our commitment. We really are trying to keep it at the forefront this year, especially. One of the things in terms of looking for help we're asking for, I shared what a successful start we had. Like anything, that becomes routine or practice, sometimes we have to share reminders along the way. So please, even though we had a successful opening, let's not take for granted those helpful reminders for boys and girls about what the routines are here at school, wearing a mask, making sure that we're appropriately socially distancing. So in terms of how kids engage one another, keeping hands and feet to self, can't do tag anymore. We're already starting to give some of those reminders. So please make sure that periodically you're checking in with your kiddos and say, how's it going? Let's review some of these reminders, what we're doing here at school to make sure that everyone is safe. Some questions for tonight as you head into our open house session. I want you to ask your teachers, what will communication look like in your classroom? We have a few different methods, and I want everyone to be clear on what that looks like. No assumptions to be made. This way, if you ask the question, you'll be sure to get the specific answer. And I know teachers want to make sure that parents understand the methods for which they'll be communicating and the frequency in terms of what they can expect for communication. One of the things I do point out is that social emotional learning focus is really a big focus for us this year, just because we recognize that children have had a significant gap now, almost 6 months from a traditional schooling experience. That's something that really is not lost on us, and we're spending a lot of time and effort in regards to our programming and what we're making a priority. So please ask questions about what will that look like, putting students' social and emotional health at the forefront in the classroom, and that's a great conversation opener. Our teachers really are experts at that, so you only need but ask the question, then I can guarantee you'll be impressed by the answers. And that's a great jumping off point to open up that conversation. I did share about specific methods of communication, and I want to point out you've been getting email messages through School Messenger. That is the traditional PowerSchool platform that folks initially registered on and updated their demographic information. School Messenger are referred to also as an e-blast or email blast, comes out of that system. Additionally, one that's pretty user-friendly, and because it does operate from a smartphone, is ClassTag. Please ask your teacher if you have not connected successfully on ClassTag. Please ask for some help and assistance tonight. If there's a little group, your teacher can even walk through getting you set up, making sure that you do have access. I'll share a little bit more on that later, the reasons why ClassTag will be very important, because there's some neat features that your teacher will be sharing with you later as the year progresses. Some housekeeping notes. When I talked about PowerSchool, please make sure when you logged in that you completed all the permission forms. It also says e-collect forms or surveys in your PowerSchool parent portal. That's very important, especially for two reasons. We have the Google Apps permission, what's also known as the responsible use policy. So in order to use any technologies here at school, which obviously these days there's a heavy focus on for access and connection, that form needs to be filled out. If it is not filled out, children will not be able to use their one-to-one device. Again, those devices include second grade access to their own Chromebook, and for preschool through first grade, their own iPad. So it's very important to make sure that you have permission for that. We will be reaching out to those people that haven't checked it. And I do realize sometimes on the computer, all the different parts, it might just be an oversight. It's easy enough to do. I too was a PowerSchool parent at one point, so I recognize it's not as easy as just a click. Any help, reach out to your teacher or the main office, and we can get you some help. Updated emergency contacts and just general demographics. So if you are a two-parent household with separate addresses that need additional mailings, if you have moved recently, if you need to update your emergency contacts this school year for additional information to be able to call, especially important for those that are working outside of the home. Please make sure that's up to date for us. Also, the ClassTag directory, it's important that we have your most recent contact information there too. Those two do not connect. That's something that you can just let your teacher know what your updated information is, and she or he will go ahead and make sure that it's updated in there. Last housekeeping note that I have to share is this Thursday is an early release day. Please remember, for preschool, full day preschool, that's 125. And for the remainder of the school, that is going to be 1:30. And then, of course, remember we have half-day preschool 3-year-old programs that get out late morning, and check your schedule with your teacher. Additional notes, I already talked about looking at the updated demographics. The thing I want to point out on this slide, the last bullet, was looking at conference dates. They will be posted and shared with you, but those will be sent via ClassTag. So please make sure that the account, again, as I shared, is updated, because all parent conferences will be scheduled via ClassTag with appointment slots. For parents that have older students and might have experience, there's another website called Sign Up Genius. Other organizations use it. It operates very much in the same way. Once again, one of the PowerSchool permission slips or forms, in addition to Google Apps, there's also one called a media release or a photo permission. This one is really important because by default it says no, and there's a lot in there printed. Again, this is not to use kids' pictures in catalogs or anything of the such. This is so that we can share images with each other. Like if we do a class photo, and the teacher wants to share, look, we all made turkey hats leading up to the Thanksgiving holiday, and takes a class picture. Folks that have a strong opinion, we respect those. If you have a vehement wish not to be photographed, those students, obviously, we want to be sensitive. and try to put an emoji smiley face on them so they're not excluded, but we do try to get creative in that regard. I can say I've probably had anywhere from 1 to 3 people per year once I explain the intent of it. It's just to share on ClassTag. Some teachers do have active Twitter accounts where they're constantly sharing updates and cool class happenings. They'll do that as well. But for the most part, on the closed network of ClassTag, teachers want to be able to share updates through that. So if you would like to see your child in those updates, either holding up artwork or a great paper that's a piece of work, a gold standard piece of work that makes it on the teacher board, the brag board, go ahead and please fill out that you are okay with that photo permission. For clarity, we've reached out to folks in the past, and once they understood that that was the use and intent, they were okay with it. So again, we'll reach out to folks to make sure that everybody has their wish accurately represented. And let's see, Picture Day is a housekeeping note. We're still doing Picture Day. That's October 21st, so it's a little ways off, but I'm giving everybody a heads up that we will do it. Now, the common question is, what are we doing for a class picture? They're going to do class composites where they will take the headshot and simply put them all together on one photo contact sheet, and all the headshots will be represented to make up a class picture. Please know, for our distance learning families, you are absolutely welcome to attend. We will set up separate hours so that you can come and join us on a Picture Day session so that you can have access to our photographer and be included for your virtual learning class as well. All right, so those are my housekeeping notes to be presented. Again, I am thrilled to have everybody join and log in with their classroom teachers. I know it is a little bit different in this day and age, but please know that the faculty is here and ready to engage and proud to share all the learning that will be happening this year. I'm proud again of the staff and how they've found new ways to leverage technology to go ahead and make sure that they can connect and children really get the benefit of the access to the curriculum in the way that we always have. So once again, on behalf of everybody here at the beach, we're excited to have you either welcome back to the family or to join our family here at Moses Y. I hope that everybody has a great evening connecting with everybody. Please make sure that in addition to your 2 sessions that you have access to, that you are also going ahead and you are accessing the specialists. So the specialists, there are links for them as well, specialists and support staff. Please make sure you go visit them. Your children, as they go through the 10-day intervals for specials, there's lots of folks that are involved in your child's education, whether it's support staff, language support, intervention support, in all the fine arts disciplines and other respective domains that are included in specials. Please go visit them and pop in, even if it's just to say hi, so that they can show and see that you're interested in connecting and learning about all the great things that your children are learning in their classes. All right, everybody, have a fantastic evening. Any questions? As always, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. Have a great night, everybody.